我们都需要重新补电再出发，满电续行再创未来。即使只有短短10分钟，也能产生莫大动能。EV Oasis Power your future, power your everything.
好了，现场的球迷朋友，大家晚上好喽，周末愉快，请加快你的脚步，我们比赛的开场即将要开始喽！准备好你最热血的呐喊声，延续梦想家一直以来的热血精神，跟着福尔摩沙梦想家一起梦，一起超越无限 ，Go Dreamers！ 好，比赛开场即将开始喽！邀请我们的球员们暂时停止赛前练习，谢谢。
It's like it's a race who could get undressed quicker. Isn't it ironic how erotic it is to watch in thongs? Had me thinking about that ass after I'm gone. I touched the right spot at the right time. Lights on or lights off, she like it from behind. So seductive, you should see the way she whine. Her hips in slow-mo on the floor when we grind. Long as she ain't stopping, homie, I ain't stopping. Dripping wet with sweat, man, it's on and popping on my champagne campaign. Bottle after bottle is on, and we gon' sip to every bowl and every bottle is gone. I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
I'll take you to the candy shop. One more taste of what I got. I have you spending all you got. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
他是壮壮，欢迎我们的幼女兽以及我们女孩们 Formosa Sexy， 感谢各位我梦小人们持续来到我们台中的主场支持我们首场的季后赛，经历了例行赛40场的比赛呢，集结了各位的力量我们已经再度勇闯到季后赛，同时希望今天把我们季后赛的首场胜利拿下，请大家发挥我无所惧的加油声，一起来跟我们呐喊，守住精彩的比赛的胜利，听听看大家的声音在哪里哦，梦想家！ 梦想家，梦想家，非常好，保持住这个热情。我们待会跟着女孩以及壮壮幼女兽一起迎接比赛的胜利，同时也有许多的活动等待着大家。我无所惧，绝不退让，我们可以啦！持续来帮我们加油，谢谢女孩，谢谢壮壮，谢谢幼女兽。 佛摩沙梦想家，感谢各位球迷朋友热烈支持，也要谢谢大力支持台湾篮球、支持梦想家的合作伙伴。首先来介绍我们的贵宾，我们要掌声送给台中市政府运动局的李玉瑞局长，谢谢局长来到我们现场给我们加油。同时呢，也有2位的贵宾来到我们现场，以扎希株式会社的渡边太郎来跟我们起身挥挥手。 以及 B.LEAGUE 仙台89人篮球队的藤原希美，谢谢 ，Thank you。花一点时间 介绍以下的指导单位以及赞助单位，谢谢教育部体育署、台中市政府、台中市政府运动局、彰化县政府、中华民国篮球协会，谢谢支持梦想家的合作伙伴。海硕集团值得您信赖的国际海空运物流公司，心想科技全球货运代理整合性资讯平台，以 BG1 电动车充电服务补电超轻松，上海商业储备银行处处为您着想 ，Area 02亚洲指标球鞋与潮流交易平台，马吉斯轮胎世界10大轮胎公司源自彰化的台湾之光。奥迪中部和顺利汽车进化有感而生，联聚建设好还要更好，联聚建设台旭近60年的肉品专家，提提烟征服法国的台湾面膜，金方家祖传绿豆沙，朝日堂台中聚餐名店日式烧肉锅煮鸳鸯锅，美津浓日本100年运动品牌 Cocos 库士克。美国潮流杯品品牌，谢谢麦当马莲最好穿的内衣，天天舒服穿。火烧肉贩卖所，你用烧肉定义美味，我用美味定义烧肉。风格美学诊所，多喝水矿泉水第一领导品牌，以及秀传医疗体系引领国际医疗专业，还有最后的361多一度热爱361，再次把掌声送给他们，感谢他们对我们梦想家的支持。持续目光锁定场中，你们的女孩来喽 ，Formosa Sexy。Let's go! Come on!
Baby, I'm a monster. Mona and Mona, I see you in slow-mo. You know you're in trouble. 밟아 둥쳐봐 어차피 손바닥 위에서 못 나가. You know that. 너 날 뜬 순간 피어나. All eyes on me. 불을 질러라. Do or die all my life. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. got them all going. Yeah, be happy whatever and yeah, got them all going. 마음껏 웃어봐. 이제 내 차례니까 천천히 불태워 네가 잠든 사이. Time's up. 올라가 올라가 더 꼭대기 꼭대기로 하늘 위 하늘 위로 Fly away 온 세상을 뒤집어 Come on let's ride Baby I'm a monster. There's a new kind of monster. Gonna tell your friends. Promise you that we'll haunt you again and again and again. Gonna be getting stronger with every step we take. Not waiting any longer. Better get out of our way. I'm a monster. Get ready, here we come. The baby monster. I number you 7 to 1. The baby monster. Let's
掌声鼓励送给我们的女孩们 ，Thank you Formosa Sexy。正式要来欢迎新北国王球员进场。新北国王1号林书伟，3号陈俊南，4号李威霆。 9号李凯燕，10号简佑哲，11号王柏志，19号林金榜，24号洪志善，Number 25 25号 Austin Day 奥迪。新美国王先发，6号杨敬敏，7号林书豪，17号苏世轩 ，Number 35 Wendell Lewis 35号路易斯，15 Kenny Manigo 55号曼尼高。新美国王篮球队总教练 Head Coach Ryan， 助理教练 Assistant Coach Mark， 助理教练林振宇，总经理毛嘉恩。福尔摩沙梦想家秉持铁血的斗志，打造强悍的战场。梦想家人们，我们汇聚能量，携手一同并肩作战。我们不怕，持续再战，所有挑战我无所惧。Come on, let's welcome Formosa Dreamer。现场的我梦强人们，让我听到你们的声音，迎接挑战。我无所惧，绝不退让，与在座的每一位家人携手把胜利拿下。我无所惧，我们可以 ，Let's make some noise！Let's welcome Formosa Dreamer.
Make some noise.
Number 0， 梦想家的板凳暴徒陈晨杰。 张家最后一道防线 ，26 26号，台湾魔兽李德伟。出手就准备命中，3分代名词 ，Number 13 30号吴松伟。Number 88 88号禁区铁壁，梦想护盾周柏成。
It's going to take everything， 必须要付出我们100%，才会有机会去赢冠军。
那今年我们都已经有机会碰到冠军了，那为什么不再更努力一点？
除了自己进步跟自己的目标在，我想要最大重点就是就拿到冠军嘛。
今年我们心态要改变，不能再像前2年，然后就这样结束。
绝不退让，绝不退让，绝不退让。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. For the first 19 weeks of the season, these two teams were jostling for first place in the Plus League, only be passed up by the Pilots. So they meet in the first round of the 2024 Plus League playoffs in the best of 7 series. The Dreamers have made the playoffs every year in their team's Plus League history, but haven't made the finals in the past 2 seasons. Luka Lin Junji has emerged as the offensive engine, and the defense is anchored by 3-peat league leader in block shots at Brandon Gilbeck. And on the other side, the Kings were in the finals last year but fell to the Braves in 6. With the offseason addition of Jeremy Lin, they look to blow away the competition. But suspensions, injuries, and a shakeup with their roster right before the registration deadline meant last year's regular season #1 is down to #3. And these two teams happened to match up last season in the first round. Kings won the best of 5 series in 4 games. Welcome everybody inside Taichung Intercontinental Basketball Stadium, the home of the Dreamers. As the higher seeded team enjoy a home court advantage as we play 1 game on, 1 day off in both series. So it'll be a big test of everybody's endurance, and ideally the teams would find a little bit more rotation from game to game, and certainly with their imports as well. But all that and more in a moment as I introduce our broadcasters. On the left is Wang Xinkai. Commentator on the right is 蔡琴琴。球迷朋友们，你找到了英文转播要听王信凯跟蔡琴琴的讲评，当然就按到中文的转播连接。谢谢你的收看，记得 Plus 的转播都要按赞。So maybe continue on with that point about the Dreamers. In the last 2 years, they've gone down in the series 0-2. First against the Braves when they had the higher seed and playing at home right here. And then last season going down 0-2 to the Kings in Xingzhang Gymnasium. So we get a close look at number 7. You might know him, Jeremy Lin. His health is a big point to the Kings' success this season, but him and a lot of other players were enduring injuries. On the other side, Kenny Chen, probably the number 1 defender.
Target me the most in terms of how to defend me. Spend the most time and the most pressure and the most aggression to guard me. 肯定会有一些就是撞到、碰到、咬到、打到这些东西。可是现在我的身体已经是很好的，那季后赛也是会强度会很高，所以我们就是都有准备好。
We're all ready for the same thing. I mean, playoff basketball is a little more intensity, a little more physicality. Being the guy on Jeremy, it doesn't really change the way I approach playing defense on Joe or Amigo or any of those guys. They're a good team, so I expect them to also come at us the same exact way because we're also a good team. So, and when it comes to the intensity, I think it just comes with the mutual respect for each other.
The second answer by Jeremy saying the other team is putting a lot of defensive pressure on him, including getting a touched up, hit, even bit. No, I certainly hope not, but anything might happen on the basketball court. Hopefully everyone can get through the series, get through the season just fine. As to Jeremy Lin's health, when he plays, 16 wins and 8 losses for the Kings, about 67% winning percentage, but when he's not in there, 6 wins and 10 losses, mainly through the middle portion of the year, starting in around January where he had plantar fasciitis. At the same time, Byron Mullins was also dealing with plantar fasciitis. Now, against the Dreamers, 2 wins and 2 losses, but without Jeremy, the Kings did not win a single game against the Dreamers. Kenny Chen, you might have heard him allude to, the second longest tenured Dreamer, only surpassed by number 30, Wu Songwei, who has not seen that much playing time, but Kenny Chen has a career 116 plus league games to his belt. On the other side, also a defensive question to number 9 for the Kings, Kyle Lee Kai-yen asked about guarding Ling Junji and what the team's mindset is heading into this playoff run, having made the finals last year.
It's nice to see 年轻球员,在台湾 get better every year. So I think that's it's going to be a hard responsibility, not just for me, every guard. 凯燕我哥都要守他。
当然就是在他非持球的情况去做一个抵耐的动作嘛，就是尽量让他不要去那么轻松的接到球，让他接到球的时候，也让他在一些持球的情况下造成很多的压力，就是不要让他进攻的这么舒服。我觉得，对我们来说会比较有帮助。
So the Kings giving Luka Ling Junji his flowers before the game, and Lee Kai-yen saying one thing that definitely has to be a constant principle is denying him the basketball as much as you can when he's off ball. Make it hard on him. Ling Junji is certainly the engine for the Dreamers. An interesting stat that Taipei was looking up pre-game. As long as they get 12.8 more rebounds, they have won every single game. But on the other side, in their losses, minus 9.5 rebounds. And the offensive rebounding is also a thing. In this particular matchup, at least starting in game 1, going with Brandon Gilbeck, Chris McCullough, and Devin Marble, will Julian Boyd at least seeded for tonight's action. And on the Kings side, it's Tony Mitchell, who's kind of been working off ankle injuries. So at least through the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season, we've seen a lot of Austin Day, we've seen a lot of Kenny Manigault paired up with their latest addition in Wendell Lewis. Now this is one of the lowest scoring environments in the Plus League. Of course, well known last season, as I detailed yesterday, for actually having the edge over Taoyuan Arena. And the interesting note that I did find is the Kings on the road only allow 91.7 points per game, so they've done quite well this season on the defensive end, a defensive rating of 99.9 to the league average of 103. Number 99, Song Ming-Lu, number 45, Chen Hongming, and number 11, Wang Lingtang will be the 3 officials for tonight. Getting a look at the team as they take off their warm-ups, their t-shirts. On the King side, number 17, Su Sixuan, Wendell Lewis. Number 6, Yang Jingming, Kenny Manigault, and Jeremy Lin. From left to right, on the Dreamer side, Brandon Gilbeck, Chris McCullough, Ling Junji, number 23, Kenny Chen, and last player to be introduced is Ryan Lu Guanliang. Latter two players with 30-plus starts each during the regular season. And Ling Junji actually led the league with 39 games started and is one of 5 players to play in all 40 regular season games. But the 120 league regular season schedule is over with. And after yesterday, the Pilots took down the Lioneers in game 1 of that series. We're going to get kicked off here in just moments. The Kings wearing their black jersey set and the Dreamers in their white kit. Jamie Perlman, first year with the Dreamers. Coach Ryan Marchand, actually the head coach through all of the team's history up to this point. Quick show of a double against Achi. Kenny working inside, and a whistle comes. Kenny Chen will step up to the line. Try to get the scoring started as his first free throw is off the mark. Kenny Chen has seen his offense slip a little bit in the last couple of years. This season only 55% from the line. But starting opposite of Lu Guanliang, who is in his own right a pretty high efficiency scorer, but an 0 for 2 start. Looks like the Dreamers featuring a little bit of a box and one look. Kenny stepping up to Jeremy as he dishes it off. Sushi from the right corner. A swish, and that's how the scoring gets started tonight. McCullough with a deep three. It's a little long as Kenny gives chase, throwing it to Achi. Dreamers get another opportunity. Now Kenny Chen from the right corner, also a little bit long. Trying to keep up. Jeremy fires away. Long rebound out. Eventually chased down by Achi, or also by English name Luca, getting inside and laying it in. With the Dreamers on the board as the Kings push it ahead. Kenny Manigault, quick shot from the right corner. Small sample size, but that's the hot spot in the game so far. Ling Junji picked off as Jeremy probing off the Yang Jingming, 2-time MVP of the Plus League. And the Lewis was in between screening and setting a post-up up. As Jeremy floating it, Sushi running into Gilbeck, avoiding the travel. 3 seconds left as Kenny Manigault shoots over the top and getting the roll. Achi working in the middle, he'll float it up and in. So far, all 4 points of the Dreamers belonging to number 11. Candidate for MVP on this season. We'll see about the voting in what we've been told in a few days. Lu Guanliang, he'll pop free for a shot and misses it poorly. Immediately, hands go to the shorts. Jeremy crossing up. Thanks to a screen, Kenny Chen. Dreamers try to recover with 4 on a side. I didn't realize we were playing Ultimate Frisbee with a little vert stack there. Oh my goodness, that's bringing back some Some memories I didn't realize I had to reach back for. Shout out Santa Clara University's ultimate team. McCullough's got Susushin in front of him, a pretty good defender against Chris during the regular season, but here's the playoffs as McCullough drops it in. About 15 feet. Yuki, how about from left 45? That dances out. Achi with Yang Jingming guarding, looking to McCullough. Now can't beat Yang Jingming as Kenny Chen back to Brisk, and that one's good. So the Dreamers take their first lead of the game at 9-8. We're inside Taipei Intercontinental Basketball Stadium as Jeremy flipping it up. Good defense by the Dreamers there. And up ahead, Kenny getting by and getting the bounce. So consecutive scores for the home squad. If you didn't hear us yesterday, every single team that has won game one in the Plus League's first round playoffs has gone on to win the series. Now that was in best of 5. We'll see about that best of 7. Brisk erases that shot. It will still be Kings basketball off the baseline. Very quick pace to start this one. Chris McCullough with long arms and of course tall stature. Very tough to stop. A bounce out by the Kings, and here come the Dreamers trying to make it a 2-possession lead. Achi, a quick double as Gilbeck looking for him on the handoff. They fake the other way. McCullough through physicality, a whistle does come. Kenny Manigault and Susushin involved there. And Coach Marchand will make the early change. Joseph Lin in for Jeremy, who looks rather gassed. He's found him often tasked with guarding Ling Jingji to start the game. So a second team foul against the Kings in the early goings. But Chris McCullough, that's off from the line. There's Joseph Lin. He will be countered by Randall Walco coming into the game for Kenny Chen. Missed opportunity for the Dreamers as Joe kick out to Manigault. He'll put it on the deck. Down low to Lewis and missing the jam. Tied up with Gilbeck. No, it's a rebound for boys in white. Achi will fire away, and that's off target. Kenny Manigault taking the deep shot and leaving it short as the Dreamers drop below the screen. Achi looking at 3 defenders. Luke Liang on the right side, he airmails it. And Manigault will bring it up as Yang Jingming got a step on Walco, flipping it up and getting the bounce. Whistle on the outside. It will be the 3rd on the Kings. Devin Marble and Jian Hall ready to check in, but first we have a commercial timeout here from Taichung, where the Dreamers have the early 11-10 lead here in Game 1 of this playoff series.
就可以获得全队签名的季后赛海报。来，谁要玩？
这里有
来哦，2楼，2楼的球迷朋友在哪里？2楼的球迷朋友在哪里？
一起帮梦想家加油！
然后这边看起来比较多人了，来喽！ 来，我们这边2楼的球迷朋友，谁要玩中场游戏？来哦！一样，我们这边2楼的球迷朋友，我梦家人在哪里？有没有人玩中场游戏？有没有来哦？好，等一下拿到小球的我梦家人，请在第2节倒数5分钟到我们1楼的出入口找工作人员报到。
Welcome back to the broadcast. We're inside Taizong Intercontinental Basketball Stadium, or in Mandarin, Mini Dan. It literally says mini dome by translation, but the awaited arrival of a Taizong Chudan, or Taizong Dome, hopefully will bring about big indoor events here to the city. Now, you might heard our broadcast yesterday reference the season series between the Pilots and Lioneers a lot, but in this season series, also 6-2 for the Dreamers. 6 wins, 2 losses, but again, not only was it Jeremy who was absent, there was a lot of other Kings who were held out of action due to injuries, big and small, in this head-to-head. For example, in the Dreamers' other home court of Zhanghua, January 6th, Dreamers won 93-76 after the Kings defeated the Morocco Bolts in East Asia Super League road game. Austin Day denying Jian Hao. Marble crossing up his defender, the elbow jumper in and out. That was Li Kaiyan trying to stay in front of him. In the other game in Zhanghua, February 3rd, 91-70, after the Kings lost to the SK Knights in Seoul. Those were the 5th and 3rd biggest losses of the Kings season. Underneath the basket in the alley-oop to Brandon Gilbeck. I don't know if they drew that one up, but it certainly was tricky. Jay Chen with the assist as he's trying to guard Joe in the paint. Down to Lewis, flipping for a shot, blocked. Does guarded by Austin Day as there's a off-ball foul. And a little look at Jay Chen probing and kind of assumed it was a layup attempt. Maybe it was, but in any case, 2 points for Brandon Gilbeck is over here. Wendell Lewis a little bit too grabby. Now, the Kings did defeat the Dreamers by a large margin in Zhanghua in their final matchup on April 13th, 116-94. That was the Dreamers' worst home loss of the season. So again, it's kind of hard to say what we can make out of the season. A sample in the head-to-head. Kenny Manigault can't hit from close on the fast break and ball out of bounds. I want to get another look at that. I didn't even know if he could get a shot up, and he did. Looks like we have a substitution first. Jian Hao firing away. Jeremy's got a crease, but dishing it out to Joe. There's 3 on the way, and taking a bad bounce there on the underside as McCullough walks into a 3, and that's butter. So Chris McCullough with a hot start in this one. Big swing pass, a little off target as Joe playing through it, ball bouncing out. So in the early goings, Chris McCullough with 8 points, and this is a big rainbow, but missed. In transition, Austin Day's got good shooting splits on the air, taking the contact and finishing anyways. Chen trying, or no, Kenny Manigault trying to deny the pass. Chen probes, hop step, pops to the dub, but not an accurate pass. There's 2 seconds left for Marble to make some magic out of it, and swirls it in front of Joe Lin's contest. Good sign for the Dreamers. Devin Marble in the last game for the Dreamers. The tap foul against the shooting hand by McCullough on a Kyle. Marble 6 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Filling up the stat sheet, but only 2 of 12 shooting from the floor. He was a very hot scorer in the middle of the season, but that kind of fell off later. Let's get another look. Definitely looks like McCullough's got innocent with that. So the Dreamers will actually size up a little bit, bringing in local 4-man Zhou Bochen. Li Kaiyan joining the missed free throw party we have going on here in Taichung. Still no free throws made. So the score is 19-12 as Rando Wacko from plus range, and we have several Dreamers air balls, so probably not feeling too bad about this 7-point lead as a foul on the floor. So unlike the Lioneers, who were starting a bakery in Taoyuan, the Dreamers still enjoyed the lead, as you see Day swiping through as Zhou trying to guard him tightly. And a whistle on the baseline. Devin Marble trying to stay in front of Jeremy. Make it 3 fouls for the Dreamers, as they'll have a sideline out of bounds, funny enough. 14 seconds on the shot clock, thanks to the foul. Off the ball screen and on the switch and switch back. Jay shot fake to a 17-footer off glass, very nice. Day joining the Kings later in the season. Among qualifiers, #1 in the league in true shooting as Marble hangs in there. McCullough on the clutching putback. That's a great show of athleticism. Out to Day, getting by one, back pass to Kyle, but tripped up. Kings spread it out wide until Day screened for Jeremy. One man on the right. Coming through and on the fall, we'll get the foul. Hopefully he's all right. Might have hit his head on the way down. But pulled up pretty quick. Definitely think the Kings spacing has been quite odd. You see Jay Chen flying in just a beat late, and perhaps a little bit more A to B. So Jeremy will hopefully get our free throw shooting going here. We'll combine 0 for 6, and it took a few bounces, but now we've got one. 1 for 7, the two teams combined. And better with the second even, so the Kings now up to 16 points. Ball go on the curl, but the Kings cover it up. Jay Chen getting that one swatted away by Jeremy. Still time left as Marble with almost a miraculous shot. Numbers ahead for the Kings. Jeremy up to Joe, one man to beat, hanging in the air and overshooting that floater. Not an easy shot, but certainly tough to get it get that make over Chris McCullough's reach as Jeremy kind of crashes into Walco there, then the deep pass. There you see Jay Chen beat one man, but Jeremy would be good help. But over here, crashing the ball catcher, crashing the receiver, that's a sideline out of bounds. Second personal for Jeremy. I was going to make a 15-yard penalty joke, but we are far away from American football season. Randall Walco will drop in the first free throw for the Dreamers tonight, as Achi is back in the fray. How about 2 for 2? Brandon Gilbeck's in 2. Slip pass to Jeremy, who dribbles out of trouble, almost dribbles it off his foot. Still time left as Jeremy has Gilbeck in front of him. Driving kick, and driving kick. Right before the shot clock, Jeremy shot in. Cracking a smile, that was a one for the highlight reels for sure. So closing the gap to 4 as Achi in space, putting it up and in himself. Got a little fancy English there with a layup. 2-point opportunity as Jeremy to Kyle, to Manigal, flipping it to Day. Open catch and shoot, got it. So good flurry by the Kings, but a last shot opportunity for the Dreamers. Achi calling for Gilbeck to screen. Kings kind of zoned up as ball gets away. I'm trying to say there's some contact. Jeremy might have got a Charlie horse there on that screen. Little defense for offense sub as Kenny Chen is in for Achi. 4 seconds guard. Day quick hand off to Jeremy, lining it up, letting it go off target. So 25-22 will be the score after 1 quarter of play between the Kings and Dreamers. A rematch of last year's first round. Take a little break, and the second quarter will start after this.
就是这位美女了，来喽！来，准备黑白菜会吗？好，黑白菜，好，黑白菜，等着女生配，黑白菜，等着女生配，黑白菜，等着女生配，黑白菜，等着女生配，黑白菜，等着女生配，黑白菜，黑白菜，黑白菜，黑白菜，等着女生配，黑白菜，黑白菜，等着女生配。好，恭喜用力成获胜，但是没关系。 我们还是请你吃法大炸鸡的跑得快套餐。好，有没有下一位我梦家人准备好了？好，来了来了，哪边呢？究竟好，就是你了。准备好了吗？好，黑白菜，黑白菜，想让女生配哇！ 好，恭喜我们这位同学获胜，可以获得我们法大炸鸡的跑得快套餐。好的，我想说，是时候要来找找我们新北的球迷吗？好，没有要找新北的球迷吗？新北的球迷，你准备好了吗？决一死战来了，黑白菜哦，黑白菜，男生女生配，黑白菜，黑女生配，啊！恭喜有你手获得胜利，但是因为你来访，我们还是请你吃法大炸鸡的跑得快套餐，记得去兑换，支援新北收赢了。好，谢谢大家。
Welcome back to the broadcast. The Dreamers with the early lead here. against the Kings. First game of a best-of-7 series. We play every other day, alternating between Series A, between the Pilots and Lioneers, and Series B, Kings versus Dreamers, Dreamers versus Kings. They've been told by the Dreamers before the game, and actually even a few days before, that they've already sold out tonight's game and Sunday's game. Well, this is only a 3,000 capacity, a little amphitheater you can call. Chris McCullough is the early leader in scoring for the Dreamers. He's got 10 points on 4 of 6 shooting. Now, the Dreamers did miss 4 free throws, and Lee Kai-in missed his first 2. He kind of steadied the ship after that. Little underneath passes. Kenny Manigault lays it in. Getting to work with Joseph Lin there on the screen and roll. Ball getting away as Manigault waiting, going to the left side, and through 3 defenders, getting the reverse. A quick 4-0 run. The Kings up on top. Gilbeck screening for Achi. Joe trying to give chase, and the Kings are doing a lot of help one pass away, especially that man there, Kenny Manigault. Forced into a miss. Day up ahead to Joe, right down the middle. How about Lee Kai-in? Look out on the Kings bench as Sobleton batted it out of bounds. We'd like to have Kenny Manigault working that range, getting lucky there with the ball bouncing off of that Devin Marble's shin, staying in bounds, and ooh, the English. Got to show it off for the fans in the stadium and those of you at home or wherever you're watching. A little drive and pass back to Day. Coming out, and Hachi will come away with it. On the defensive side, when we get to it, as Walko laces it up. Jeremy going to the deck, looking on the season. Randall Walko, a 36% three-point shooter. Hachi a little bit too physical there, trying to get around the handoff. You see, can get away from the hold there. And Walko's turn to guard Jeremy as he Iverson cuts. Trying to drive baseline with 2 hands for safety. Laying it in. Marble off the down screen and now handoff. Probing the middle, out to Doug. Joe did a good job closing as leaning and making it is Jin Ho. That deserves an extra minute in the ice bath. Jin Ho, one of the more, we call them experienced players here in the Plus League. 39 years young, out of Taipei. Kenny Manigault through the defense, and it made it look easy. A flip up as Brandon Gilbeck slams it down. Devin Marble with the AST. That stands for assist. For my English spelling bee friends out in the audience. Brandon Gilbeck bumping into Jeremy, who will be called for the blocking foul. You know, look at the ball screen, and despite helping on the perimeter, nobody tagged Gilbeck there. And it's a tough task. There you see Brandon Gilbeck, maybe a beat late there. The post up for Joe, out to Austin Day, overshooting it. As Manigault over everyone, missing it from close. Oh, that was an incredible leap to get that rebound. Marble through contact, he drops it in. Nothing easy in this one. Lee Kai-yin, that one's hit and out of bounds. I think Doug will get credit for the block. Kai-yin trying to contend that he got hit on the play. You see Marble, even through Kenny Manigault's help defense over here. Let's take a look. Well, if the hand is part of the basketball, by the technical definition, it is a block. Jeremy trying to dribble through three, getting it out. Day to Manigault. He can't beat the Dreamers defense. With a straight up driving kick session there by those three gentlemen on the side. Now Marble getting past one, the whistle comes. It's Austin Day who is the nearest player too. You see Day's left hand. The stop, impede, or slow down Marble, call for the foul. So Devin Marble stepping up to the line. A 60% free throw shooter. In his 17 games play in the regular season, 2 starts, 15 off the bench. But he does average about 28 minutes per game and is identified by Coach Perlman as some guy he's really high on character, willing to help the team win. Bring some of those point guard skills. Machi will head to the bench for Jay Chen as the Dreamers apply a little bit of pressure in the front court. Down on the Manigault, passing up one. How about Young Jimmy from the corner? That's off. Dreamers with a 2-possession lead, trying to settle in. Marble keeping the dribble alive, but stripped by Kenny, and there's a whistle. See Jeremy trying to contend. It's a unsportsmanlike on the grab. They can challenge it, but the Kings gesturing, but it looks like Marchand won't engage with a challenge. Just be a sideline out of bounds as, yeah, well, Marble did sneak in a tug there, but maybe the referee saying that the foul was already done, the play was already done. Just tipping out Jeremy as the Dreamers almost turn it over in the backcourt. There's an early pass, but McCullough will slow it up. Again, shot clock running down. McCullough couldn't make magic out of that shot. Day getting by one, flipping it to Manigault and securing the 2 points with a little lay-in. Not letting the Dreamers get too far ahead. Out on McCullough lining it up, but that one's halfway down and out. Dreamers trying to look for some shot making as Jeremy goes down to the deck. Play continues as Kyle. He'll get the reverse. McCullough in the inside, getting the bucket. And a timeout is called. So the score, Dreamers 38, Kings 34, with 6:33 left in the first half.
夏日透亮保养组哦，题目就是征服法国的台湾面膜品牌是哪个品牌？好，提示全部写在大荧幕上面，加入官方 LINE 直接输入答案就可以了。再说一次，题目是征服法国的台湾面膜品牌是哪个品牌呢？赶快拿起你的手机，扫描 QR code， 加入提言官方 LINE 并输入正确答案，就有机会获得我们的夏日透亮保养组。再说一次，题目是哪一个品牌是征服法国
Plus League playoff merch this season, only in person in the stadiums. So come on in and watch the game for yourself. Here you see Jeremy Lin held onto by Marble, and impressive that he can keep possession. The last play that certainly drew a lot of the Kings' attention, but it's definitely a tough one where maybe the slot official from the other side needs to get involved, because the crew chief there you see in trail is quite far, and the lead official can't really see from that angle, so he really needs the slot official to call out of his own area, which is not easy, and it reduces your call accuracy, but that's at least how I interpret the play based on how referees are supposed to take up their 3 positions in the half court. So out of the timeout, it's a moving screen by Lewis. Aji was gonna have to deal with an ouchie. You see Lewis step up one more time, and that's closing up the distance. You got to let the defender kind of run into you. Aji stuck without a dribble, and he'll get it back. Firing away from deep. There's a rebounding foul down low. McCullough and Manigault the closest 2. Another look. Actually, quite an obvious push from behind. Manigault extending the arms. 3 fouls apiece at this point in the quarter. Achi wide open and downing the 3. Big screen assist to Brandon Gilbeck there. Little movement on the Kings bench. JJ up, now Sushi up. And Jimmy probing, then firing away. That's an easy swish. So the former Dreamer was with the team back in the inaugural year of the Plus League, and making the All-Plus League first team, a big part of how they got to the finals. As Achi kicks his own miss, but no, it was a perfect swish from about 8 feet away. Lee Kai-in will give it a shot, short. Ran into his own miss, and ball gets it back. Ryan, not on the target with the pass, and eventually a whistle comes. A lot of stumbling, bumbling with both teams. Understandably, both teams not super happy about the lack of calls for their own teams. Well, the Kings do have a little bit of a case. Jay Chen kind of just running into Kenny Manigault on the rebound. Kings on the attack. Susu Shin fresh in the game. Over to Kenny Manigault. That's no good as Gilbeck right to Kenny Manigault, jumping the pass. Kind of see that one a mile away as Joe Lin, that's off. More second chance for the Kings. Manigault for the float, no. Susan Sheridan with the volleyball tap as Coach Perlman calls timeout. So a little bit more momentum the Kings way, working hard for it. We'll see to it as this timeout we'll jump into in a moment. So some of the veterans includes 40-year young Riley Schilling. Is that 39-year young Jian Hao, 39-year young Micah Fibra, and 40-year young Yang Jingling. The only player that we don't have listed is 42-year young Lin Zijie. Now, in the Kings media day, the Formosa television colleagues caught up with Yang Jingli.
多好好休息吧。毕竟你对到都是年轻人，你不可能用体力每一场都去跟他们用这样的方式去对战嘛。那我觉得第一个当然就是保持好自己的身体状态啦，然后健康是最重要的。
Yang Jiming saying that can't beat your opponents with athleticism and energy, but you have to do it in a smart way and, of course, get a lot of rest. The Dreamers called the timeout as Chris McCullough will bring it up against Su Sishe. He had that volleyball set pass of a tap-in. Gilbeck screening for Achi. He's got some space. Shots in. Connecting from about 17 feet. Lin Junji climbing up the scoring ladder here in the game. 13 points on his evening. And that's now the team leader ahead of McCullough. Lewis screens for Joe. Flipping up to Kenny Manigault, flipping it from the free throw line. Kenny Manigault is kind of the king that's left open, but he's really done a great job probing into space he can score from, whether it's under the basket or in that kind of 15 feet range, whereas his floater is the most deadly. Jump pass and Jay Chen's jump shot, no good. Offense reshapes as Su Sishe screens for Yang Jingli. Jay Chen, though, not giving much room. He'll try from three. That's off. It's Joe with a good board. Manigault to Lewis, taking the dribble, lining it up, and still no good. Back to McCullough, dribbling left. Dropping it for Gilbeck, but smartly taking the dribble, going to his hook, and a beauty. So that's Brandon Gilbeck's kind of growth in the last few years. He might have gone straight with it. That's Joe with a fancy shot. Wendell Lewis from down low. Kings answer right back with two of their own. Before, I was going to say, Brandon Gilbeck would go right up with it, but in that possession, you saw him pull it down, take his dribble, get in rhythm as in and out missed three by Achi. Kings continue to try to cut down that lead as Manigault short from mid-range. Jay Chen, he'll work himself into the paint and an easy basket for him. Jie himself also born out of Taipei City, just like Jian Hao we introduced before. Kings keep the ball moving until Joe wants to take on Jay, flipping it back for Lewis and missing, and a whistle comes. And Joseph Lin was knocked all the way into the cameraman, or the first row audience we have there. But Wendell Lewis missing another dunk, but Whistle did come. We'll see it again. Great pass. As you see, Gilbeck's hand did reach in there, though. You would hope Wendell Lewis can finish those. Foul or no foul. At the free throw line, nothing but net. So Wendell Lewis was the last player to join the King squad, as announced on April 3rd. Last year, member of the Kaohsiung 1-7 Life Steelers with Jeremy and with Tank. Number 11 on the Kings. We haven't seen it yet in action tonight. Jeremy trying to stay in front of Aji. Nice crossover. To an elbow, Randy Walko swirling out. Kenny Chen, look what I found. Brandon Gilbeck working hard on the offensive boards. Lewis driving past Gilbeck. Managing from the right wing. Not getting the bounce, but a few ricochets. It'll stay with the Kings. Again, more second chance opportunities. Kind of keeping the pressure up. But he's going to put on the deck. Aji picking him up to McCullough. One man to beat. Getting the Showtime jam. Right-handed throw down and another turnover. Numbers for the Dreamers. No whistle as the Dreamers keep possession. Jeremy, the last man back there. Again, whether offensive or defensive, kind of wish there was a whistle there. Referees will help get the floor clean up. There was the previous dunk by McCullough. Look how high he soared. His eyes at the level of the second hole of the net. But over here, Jeremy's out of the restricted area and taking a big blow. Only 33-ish seconds left. McCullough working into the mid-range, forced into a brick. Well, last possession for the Kings, about only a half a second shot clock, game clock difference. Joe behind his back, waiting for the defense to back up, and cashes it in. As McCullough from half court. Gave it a ride, but not that close. So 53 for the Dreamers, 48 for the Kings after one half of play. They'll talk it over in the locker rooms. We'll close our eyes and think about the action, and when we open them, we'll be joining you for our halftime analysis.
马同学，马家伟有没有在现场？
要在现场才算数哦。
Hello， 帮我们来到我们的场边，谢谢。
好，来，我们马上来抽第二位。
第二位，希望今天一样可以把我们的梦想10万给带走。
没错，我们的季后赛版本。
好，那换丹尼来。
好，我来，一楼朱区2排2号，一楼朱区2排2号。
有没有在现场？
有没有在现场？
要在现场哦，朱区2排2号。
A、B、C 朱有，
帮我们来到场边。
好，来我们的场边集合。
OK，
我们刚刚提前突袭任务已经选出获奖者啦。
好的。
而且获奖者在你的 LINE 上面应该都有收到你的回复，分别是阿波、裴林、梁成伟。
恭喜以上3位得主。
是的，好，我们要来我们的中场游戏啦。
好的。
我们6位球迷朋友来我们场中间。
来到我们场中间。
好，今天的规则，好，来，今天的规则非常的简单。等一下，6位轮流在我们的罚球线背框背着篮筐投篮，轮流投，谁先投进谁就获胜，好不好？那今天6位呢都可以获得我们全队签名的季后赛海报，但是只要谁投进了，可以加码获得梦想家球衣1件。
哇塞，球衣好想要！
是的，好，规则非常简单吧？好，我们应该已经有选出顺序了，我们就来，我们往我们的这个半场移动。背框，我们要考验你们不看到篮筐投篮的能力。背框哦，背框哦。
好，我们女孩也帮他们一起加油。
来，不要踩线哦，不要踩线。来喽。
一颗。
你感觉有点 feel 哦 ，OK 就够了。
直投出。
哎，有模有样，有模有样。好，下一位，下一位。来排队，排队，排队。好，来下一位准备。
下一位。
3、2、1，出手。
好，单手差一点。
好，下一位。哎，刚刚那个方向还不错。来，注意踩线的部分啊。来，数到3哦，3、2、1，出手。
Little halftime shooting competition here from game 1. Oh, it's a behind the back to the basket free throw shooting competition. Shout out to my Taipei American School teammates who got quite good at that shot. On the Mandarin broadcast, Wang Shikai and Cai Jingjing commentating for the Mandarin track. I'm Ryan Chen, taking care of you guys on the English broadcast side of things. Let's get to the halftime statistics where the lineup goes points, field goal shooting, 3 points, rebounds, assists, and turnovers. The Dreamers forcing the Kings to a lower shooting percentage overall, but there you see the 3-point shooting has not exactly been eye-popping, and that's kind of predictable for this environment here in Taichung. It's described to have rather harder rims, but the small confined spaces, funny enough, the opposite of Taoyuan Arena's expansive spaces actually kind of make it visually a little tougher to shoot in. You can look at some of the highlights as go through some of our notes. The Dreamers sure are getting a lot of dribble penetration against the Kings, despite sometimes helping one pass away, and some of those reasons are the off-ball players are cutting at opportune times or starting their cuts or starting their dribble drives on a physical cut. As long as they can keep putting pressure on the inside, the Kings don't have a traditional shot blocker, with our best block of the game coming from Jeremy Lin, helping from the weak side baseline, but the only player to make 2 3-pointers on the game is Chris McCullough, and both of those were in the first quarter, so everybody else with 1 make or none. Early in the game, the Kings had a lot of drive and kick offense, but a lot of odd spacing, and it seems like they kind of corrected that in the second quarter. They were spaced out a little bit more nicely. Less turnovers will be caused, and a little bit better offensive opportunities might present themselves. Interesting enough, Kenny Manigault is kind of turning into a big with those inside scores. Now the Dreamers are running a little bit deeper. They've so far had 10 players on the floor, of course, varying times of minutes played. And on the other side, Jeremy Lin is taking on the Ling Chunji defensive challenge, but Aji, with a nice change of direction, has found his opportunities. We'll get to leading scores in our second segment after the following messages.
3、2、1。哎，非常可惜，力道很棒。 好，请我们6位我梦家人回到我们场中间。
是的。
来送你们礼物啦！来，场中间，请。
请我们的女孩来送给大家今天的参加礼物。
没错，全队的签名海报。
是的，然后一样看一下前方的镜头。
好，我们一起来合张照吧。好 ，OK 了吗？好，我们靠近一点，我们大家集中点，靠近点。好，来喽，3、2、1。好，再一张。3、2、1。
好的，谢谢。
好，谢谢我们6位可爱的我梦家人。
是的，好，中场游戏结束之后呢，待会最后的2分钟是我们的梦想10万元啦。
没错，我们最后2分钟见。
是的，待会加油。
好。
Drop, hit the floor. Now they wanna know me since I hit the top. Hey, this a rolling, not a stopwatch. Shit don't never stop. It's the flow that got the block hot. Shit is super hot. Hey, give me my respect. Give me motion. I just took it left like on ambidex. Bitch, I moved through London with the Eurostep. Got a sneaker deal and I ain't break a sweat. Catch me 'cause I'm gone. Out of them. I go from 6 to 23 like I'm LeBron. Serving up a pack, Niggas pulling gimmicks 'cause they scared of rap. Funny how they shook, got these niggas shook. Pulling back the curtain by myself, take a look. Hey, I'm a bar spitter, I'm a hard hitter. Yeah, I'm light skinned, but I'm still a dark nigga. I'm a big splitter, I'm a tall figure. I'm a unforgiving wild ass dog nigga. Something wrong with him, got him all bitter. I'm a bill printer. I'm a grave digger, yeah I am what I am. I don't have no time for no misunderstand this again. It's a rolling, not a stop. Watch shit don't never stop.
Tony Mitchell staying loose. Might have missed the layup, but feeling the vibe of the stadium here inside Taizhou Intercontinental Basketball Stadium, home of the Dreamers. Last segment, we went over the combined team statistics. Now up to the individual scores. Kenny Manigault leading the Kings with 15 points, followed by Day and Jeremy, 7 points apiece, and Su Sijun and Yang Jimin getting the starts in the game, 5 points apiece. In the first half highlight package of our analysis, Kenny Manigault has not seen his jump shot as effective as even last season, but has really excelled in the open court as we could expect. But in this particular game, actually becoming the primary cutter for the Kings and getting these scores inside. The shot chart is definitely going to look like a small semicircle around the hoop and is going to show a very effective score. On the other side, Chris McCullough with 14, doing a little bit more from the outside, as is Achi with 13. Devin Marvel off the bench with 7. Brandon Gilbeck in the start in the middle, of course. 6 points. Brandon Walko coming off the bench with 5 points to his name so far on the night. Chris McCullough started things off strong with 10 points in the first quarter, and Lin Chunji a steady 6 and then 7 points. Like I mentioned before, Jeremy Lin is kind of taking on the challenge of guarding Achi, and there's still holes to be found with a nice crossover, of course thanks to some of his teammates' screen, but Chris McCullough doing it from the more difficult ranges, whether covered by the defenders inside or outside. We got about 3.5 minutes before the start of the second half after the following messages.
like 10 ways. In the trap, I'm money hungry, stack that shit for 90 days. Naked bitches in the room, they fucking like they get paid. Rolls Royces in the trenches, parked in front of Section 8. I'm on a strict diet, hood, bocce, and exotic pop. You know how I rock, I pass the Glock, don't ask if what I'm top. We use the Angelino at the top, vacuum seal inside. If I don't introduce the bitch, she going. Go ahead, shoot your shot. Got a lamb in course, I'm on juice like a horse. He rushing down the sport, he shoot shit off the court. They hating, that's of course. You bum ass niggas poor, ain't sponsoring no more. Got money, we want more. I find a loophole. Been trapping since a youngster. Fully automatic, we can't let no nigga pump us. Fuck about no bitch, I treat a model like a runner. Bitch, 3 wide sale, I know thugs, I know gunners. I was raised to get some money, flip that shit like 10 ways. In the trap, I'm money hungry, stack that shit for 90 days. Naked bitches in the room, they fucking like they get paid. Rolls Royces in the trenches, parked in front of Section 8. Yeah, 5 Ferraris in the ghetto. Real chopper, used to Rio with them demo. Facing with the Indo, not my dollar like I'm Creflo. Say you pushing Peter when I hit her, why you careful? Spin a nigga block, that's easy. Y'all be eating noodles, we sit down and eat some shit facts. You say you a gangster, just be like that when you see me. You can't ask the odds, we not forgiving, that is free. I'll find a loophole.
好的，接下来最后2分钟要进行我们的梦想10万。
没错，不知道季后赛有没有加成的部分？
是的，我们要请我们的优尼兽来告诉大家，我们梦想 Golf 的10万元的终点在哪里？
是的，好，我们的双方球员投完篮之后，
是的，
这边可以稍微热身一下。
加油，有信心吗？看了那么多场，应该熟能生巧了吧？我跟你讲，吸引力法则很重要。你现在就开始想10万是你的，
意念训练，10
万是你的，对，
没错。
意念一想，等它赶紧想起来。好，来帮我们就定位。
来，请看向优尼兽的手指指的地方，那里就是10万元的终点。准备好了，就可以出发。好，脑海中想着10万元，10万元，10万元。
梦想10万，请出发。
Go！ 等一下，看一下，哎，稍微偏了一点点，可惜。
我们下一位。
来，下一位。
意想训练，现在就开始想10万是我的，10万是我的。
对，想着要拿10万元，
加油！
来干什么呢？我要拿10万元干嘛呢？看向前方的动作，好，出发。
All season long, the Dreamers been hosting this putt-putt full court. 9/10 of a court putt for tonight. Dreamers at home as the 2 seed after the regular season of play, amassing a league best 15-5 home record, actually tying with the Pilots, so tied 15-5 best record in the league, but they do have the most impressive plus-minus stats on the season. I like to go per game when it comes to the teams. The Dreamers are plus 4.2 on the season. Impressively, the Kings are number 2 at plus 3.2 points per game. That's points scored versus points allowed. And third is the Pilots at plus 2.7. Some big losses early in the season and some smaller wins, especially down the stretch if you've been following the Plus League. When it comes to statistics at home, the Dreamers 93.7 points scored, only giving up 86.8 points to their opponents. Now they switch baskets and see how the action goes. The Kings have been having more second chance opportunities, whether on the offensive rebound or on steals, as Brandon Gilbeck shows off a fancy fadeaway, but it rolls out. Now both teams are getting close to equal share of fast break or breakaway layups or dunks. We'll see if anybody can get ahead of that, as Susashin, he'll show off his mid-range. Same starting lineup for the Dreamers and same starting lineup for the Kings. Yang Jimmy tries to jump the pass and eventually McCullough won't be able to get it back. So probably one of the furthest basketballs away from the basket shot clock violations if that were a thing. Good anticipation. We spoke about it yesterday, but this is where meeting the pass is a small detail. But McCullough probably backing up to create more space and helping away. Jeremy Lin coming around the screen and knocking down a three, his second of the night. And just like that, we are tied up at 53. The run down from the right corner, still off. Long rebound to McCullough. Down low to McCullough, but Susan pushed him outside as Jeremy comes to help. Will stay with the Dreamers. 3.7 on the shot clock. And McCullough saying, hey, almost got tackled there. Gonna look at Wendell Lewis smartly kind of swap that screening angle. No on time, Kenny Chen taking on Jeremy as he takes a hard fall. The whistle does come from the slot official. I think it's Susishin on the help. See Kenny get a step. Susishin kind of hit him in the air. Again, thankfully everybody's all right. We heard a loud thud. Kenny Chen sinking the first. Didn't play as much in the first half. Going on our website, just 8 or so minutes. Was dealing with injuries down the stretch and also the birth of his child. Congratulations to him and his wife Asha. Anthony shot fake to a hop, firing away, and Pierre with that jumper. He hasn't took a touch as Kenny Chen will let it fly and nylon. Kenny Chen, if he's going to develop some rhythm, the Dreamers will be a little tougher to beat. Jeremy getting inside. And now dishing out. It's Kenny Manigault's turn. Hammer to Yang Jingmi. He'll go. Flipping it behind his head as Wendell Lewis drops it in. Oh, I want to see that one again on the next break. Producer, could I please? Bella trying to counter as Kenny gets the ball on the deck. Handoff to Achi. Don't see that very often, but that rims out. It's Kenny Manigault keeping the ball alive as Yang Jingmi hits the top of the backboard, but long rebound to Sushi. Got a 2-on-1 going. That's no good. Couple of close misses by both teams. Going down, trying to look for an outlet as McCullough's got a catch and shoot. How about Jeremy Lin from 35 feet? No problem. You kind of hear the road crowd come alive as basketball gets away. 12-4, the current scoring quarter. Chance for substitution. As the basketball got away, our chance to look. You see Kenny Chen sink maybe a step and a half too deep. Oh maybe the Dreamers need to worry if Jeremy Lin will catch a little fire. His best game during the season, by my account, if you would ask me, he had 22 points. And the last time he was really good to go in the Plus League season. 43 in the game overall. January 20 versus the Dreamers. It was a 38-10 quarter, basically the sinking the Dreamers. Aji working inside. A new scoop layup by number 11. Kings have gone ahead, but the Dreamers aren't panicking yet. How about Jeremy from center? Oh, nearly 40 feet out. Marble in the game, out to Doug. He'll catch and shoot out. A couple of Kings in line for that rebound. Jeremy in plus range, now going to the dribble move. The baseline fadeaway, unstoppable. So a fired up away crowd sending us to a timeout before under 7 minutes. Coach Croman saying we need to make an adjustment, and they'll talk it over at their bench. 65-59 the score. We'll be back in a moment.
的球迷朋友，请你把胸口的“我无所惧”字样秀出来，跟壮壮一样。我们大力的将“我无所惧”秀出来，没错，就是这样子。让我看到我们穿起来的样子，一起大力大声的帮梦想家加油，帮梦想家应援吧！没错。还没穿上的我梦家人，赶快把 T 恤穿上，让我看到你们的我无所惧，好不好？大力的应援起来，拿出我无所惧的精神，也拿下班。
The Dreamers trying to rally their home support with their slogan 我无所惧 or I don't fear anything. But perhaps they need to pay way more attention to Jeremy Lin on the quarter. 11 points, leading the Kings to a 17-6 start here in the second half. Here we see his first three and then his second on the extended Dreamers logo, admittedly. And here, sidestepping into space. And the Dreamers can't really say they're that far behind. 2 of 7 shooting is, kind of live with that for a small stretch. Only 1 turnover. But the Kings, led by Jeremy, getting going. They are 7 for 9 shooting the basketball as Devin Marble's pressured in the backcourt. Marble, stop baseline, will rise and fire, and that one's good. Shooting over Jeremy. Now it's Marble's turn on the outside against Jeremy, guarding him 45 feet from the basket as a whistle comes. That's unfortunate, but Devin Marble, they say, tied up Wendell Lewis as they both went to the ground. See how Coach Croman feels about that play. You can understand the Dreamers' frustrations. Wendell Lewis came over to set the screen and then kind of continued through Marble. Marble himself not getting out of the way, unlike that screen. Get pass as Jay Chen got a hand on it. That'll stop the flow of the offense. Sideline out of bounds for the Kings. Jeremy comes for the basketball, taking a deep pull-up. Wow! That's just unstoppable. Cayenne picking up full court, forcing the Dreamers to slowly walk it up. 21 points for Jeremy as Marble tries to answer. That's no good. Jeremy keeping the dribble alive. Back to Yang Jingmi across the Lee Cayenne. How about from the left side? He hits it. And the Kings are running away with the ball game here in the third. That makes it a 23-point start just about halfway through the quarter. Randall Walkwood mid-range and crashed into. Free throw coming up. Get another look at Jeremy. Definitely thought he wasn't playing with any urgency on that 4-second on the shot clock, but he knew he was going to rise and fire. Over on this side, Walco. Make the free throw too. Dreamer on the deck as the Kings swing it around. Lee Cayenne already making one. And not getting the bounce with that one, though. It was close. Walco forcing to the dribble. Ripping it out for, I think, between Kilpick and Jay Chen. They'll start a ball screen. As the whistle comes, 3 guys on the deck. Say Jeremy, looking at the board, I think that's his 3rd personal, 3rd team foul. Definitely looks funny how 3 players ended up on the deck. Gilbeck will head to the bench. Manigault right behind McCullough. Taking it up and almost. McCullough flying all the way to the right sideline there on the hack. Close to a pick for Manigault, to his credit though. Get another look. Maybe the foul first on the bump and kind of hooking his elbow there as Brisk will step up to the line. McCullough 14 points, 10 rebounds. He was 2nd in the league in rebounds per game. The Kings with the 6-point lead. Austin Day handing off to Jeremy as the double comes. They pass out of it. Now Kylan on the drive, switching hands and not getting the bounce. Good job by Zobotan to keep it in bounds. A whistle, and I think free throws coming up. Jeremy and Austin Day engaged in conversation. A look at ball got away, but Austin Day, the arm fight did not exactly finish in a open air. Jeremy heading to the bench, but unlike the first quarter, he looks still fired up and ready to keep playing. Chen will head out for Aji. And the Dreamers, 12 points on their quarter, 4 of 10 shooting. Now up to 16 points. On the season, a 65% free throw shooter as Achi ended up on the deck, but now Day's gonna try to post up Marble. They can't really get to it as Marble's got a good steal. Now an offensive foul. Austin Day running right to the Kings bench, but you can't reverse the call on a video replay here. Austin Day's only saving would have been if the Dreamers committed an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's see Marble kind of play him straight up. Well, maybe Austin Day does have an argument. Did he not catch Marble at all, and it's maybe an embellishment. The way he backed off. You kind of tell that what makes that tricky because the referees in such close quarters. So welcome back to the broadcast. The three-point shooting is kind of up and down with the Kings. We got Austin Day on one side, 50%. And that is on 33 for 66 shooting, so quite hot. But on the colder side, Lee Kai-in sitting at about just league average at 30%, but then Joseph Lin taking a dive to 25% after last year 29%, and Kenny Manigal as well at 23%, and that's kind of why you see him kind of work in the close to the basket range as a cutter, but Jeremy a very threatening 43% from the outside, especially when he can do it off the dribble. And against the Dreamers, Kings about a 30% three-point shooting team. Offensive rating is 104. The league average is 103. At a pace of 93 possessions. And if I remember correctly, the league average is 91 on the pace. So on a previous play, Austin Day called for an offensive foul, trying to make a move on Marble. Dreamers down by 5 as Marble let the ball slip away. Day pushing it to Manigal, but 2 defenders back. Flip over to Yankee. I mean, nobody checking him. No good, and a long rebound to the Dreamers. Ling Junji couldn't get quite enough on it. He'll have to pick himself back up and get back on defense. Joseph Lin lost the handles of it. We'll stay with the Kings. And look at Aji, did get him on a little bit of a bump. Then McCullough, I'm going to say that swipe through got the ball loose. We'll have a replay. It's the Dreamers actually challenging the call. They look it over. You'll get to see it for yourself. And Devin Marble's fingers definitely come close there. You can see Joe why he kind of wants a foul too, because McCullough hit him in that right elbow. Now that cannot be a foul assessed on this replay. It's just a matter of out of bounds, and it's definitely close. Strictly speaking, McCullough hit the elbow, and if Marble's fingers don't touch it, it's very hard to tell. Seems like the calling official will say Dreamers basketball, so you could say the Dreamers, good strategic move for the replay challenge. And as we've been told earlier in the procession to the game, Kenny Manigault, 6 steals, ties the league playoff high, which he has, along with current Steeler Si Jingyao, used to be a member of the Pilots. Attacking Day, got him off the spot and going up strong off the backboard and in. Joe today working to the free throw area. That bounces out. A chance to tie. Double team on Marble. He flips it around, but McCullough didn't find an outlet. They abandoned Marble. He gives it a try, and good! So tied up at 71. Devin Marble with 12 points to his night. And Jeremy Lin and Wendell Lewis head to the scorer's table. Good pressure by the Dreamers as Day forced out. Kenny Manigault, though, given a step, he'll close the gap. Walking into a 3, wayward. Gestures something toward the Kings bench as Dreamers try to figure out their offense. As McCullough step back. Took a little stumble there, but now he's ready to go. With a live dribble, but choosing to get it out. Kenny Manigault on the block with Amigo coming around. No call on that 3. Now Day's fouled on the cut. It's only the Dreamers' 3rd team foul. Oh, 2nd team foul. Got ahead of myself there. Boboton or Jerry. Kind of late on that to react on that cut. And a illegal screen. That's the 2nd time that Wendell Lewis has checked into the game and led to a Kings turnover. Let's get a look at what happened here on the handoff. They initiated that contact against Marble. Marble firing over Jeremy Lin. He's starting to heat up. So the Dreamers have climbed up back up on top. This can definitely show in the box score. McCullough takes a stumble. Jeremy trying to check his heat. Kenny Manigault and Achi, or Lewis fighting for it as it's a travel call. And Lewis dodging back in frustration, but not much movement on the Kings bench. Getting a look, Achi definitely backed out of it as Lewis called for the travel by the lead official coming back into frame. So I guess you could say pretty smart for Aji to give up the rebound there. Running low on time. About a 3-second shot clock difference. Jerry threatens the screen. Now McCullough slips the screen. Still 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Marble on Day to the fadeaway. Yes! 4 seconds left. Day from half court. Trying to finish the third quarter on a high note, but a good help by Walco, and that's how the third quarter ends. First it was Jeremy Lin, then it was Devin Marble stepping up for his squad. The Dreamers up by 5 heading into the fourth and final frame of this one.
谁开了舒适区，多巴胺在分泌，反正要吃宵夜。在这个心自动的马拉松，照亮了新的我，直到太阳都升起来。这是个 party night， 把路我来拓宽，让身体跟着演唱动起来，就爱浪费自由，在人群中享受。现在是星期五晚上，现在是星期五晚上。
掌声鼓励16队女孩们，辛苦了，谢谢 Formosa 60。
Plus 球迷 Oh My Basketball 是我本人在 Ivy Bar 学英文吧，教你篮球的英文术语。欢迎大家点资讯栏的链接一起学习。Well, deservingly so. Devin Marble with 10 points in the quarter. As mentioned at the very beginning of the quarter, not in the starting lineup, but when he gets going, he sure can get hot. The last time Devin Marble in the regular season had a efficient shooting game was 11 for 22, 29 points on April 19th. So 4 games left in the regular season, and against the new Taipei Kings right here from Taichung Intercontinental Basketball Stadium. Waking up the crowd after Jeremy Lin started off the quarter incendiary. 14 points on his quarter, and about 9 minutes of play. Marble did so in about 8 minutes of play. Let's see how long those two gentlemen can keep going here. After a double team, Wendell Lewis going to the baby hook, and he cashes that. McCullough with Lee Cayenne in front of him. Deflected pass. Those two were former teammates back a couple years ago when McCullough had a stint with the Kings. Now Day from the right corner. That's off. Running into the Lin brothers as Day Chen misses McCullough on the second effort. Fourth personal on Jeremy, and give him a look. They're trying to contend that the elbow came up, and definitely not to say he didn't have contact there, but you can also say the referees let the Kings go without a cylinder foul there. Everything's really on a knife edge when it comes to physicality. was a little bit of foul trouble in the Lioneers Pilots game yesterday, but didn't affect the minutes played by much as McCullough drops in another. He is back in the lead of all Dreamer scorers as Austin Day gives it a try, and Lewis now looking at the basket. A little tic-tac-toe as Walco comes away with it. How about Marble? Ooh, that was a bad miss as a ball off of a King. Kenny Manigault will check in for Day. A little frustrated at the missed opportunity. Plenty of ball game left. Back to Jeremy as Marble trying to close the space. The dribble gets away and a whistle comes. Certainly the Dreamers fans reacting. That's Devin Marble's 4th personal. Let's get another look at that one. Maybe a little unlucky, but yes, Marble was in Jeremy's way. Fans in the audience definitely needs to calm down. There is a foul there. One team foul per squad so far in about a minute and a half of play. One to Lewis, had an opening, out to Manigault, closing the space, swallowed up by a couple defenders, and a jump ball is called. So a good stop for the Dreamers. It could have been Chris McCullough or Brandon Gilbeck, but I think Brandon Gilbeck eventually got 2 on it. Maybe you can say the Dreamers slightly unlucky because Gilbeck kind of had it in his waist there. So the next jump ball will go to the Kings. A little detail, take a note. About 10 minutes left in the game. Aji shovel pass to Jay Chen, back to Aji. McCullough from the elbow, going at Cayenne. Ball getting loose as Walco's leading floaters missed. I guess it took quite a while. And a Walco's turn, forcing Jeremy to pick up the dribble. Face guarding Jeremy as Joe goes to work. His right-handed runner, no good. Got his own board, flipping up to Manigault, and look out. The whistle is called as a couple of Dreamers were airborne, and Kenny Manigault, the target on the block on the other side. Get another look. You see the hand on Kenny Manigault, and I would actually say that is a great call because Manigault's wrist is flicking toward the basket, and if contact's made, that is a shooting foul. Yeah. So waking everybody up to the fact that this is playoff basketball. Everything matters. The loudest it's been tonight as Kenny Manigault draining the first free throw. Kenny Manigault 0 points in 11 minutes played in the 3rd quarter. And in the 4th, good with the first. Good with the second. More like the other side of the pillow. Trying to get by Kyle, he does, flipping it up, but enough Kings help out. Lee Cayenne down on the floor. Not sure what's going on. Kind of cat-cow on the hardwood. Don't know if it's a contact injury or perhaps some kind of strain. Chen is kind of ready to check in. Get another look. There's a bump to the sternum. So might have had the air knocked out of him. Meanwhile, on the other side, you see Wendell Lewis and Joseph Lin on the backside keep Brandon Gilbeck off from the lob. And the whistle on the outside is Brandon Gilbeck again, trying to keep up. Definitely a little bit different than we've seen before. Or that outside hedge. Yeah, that cannot be not a foul. Really, the key is if Brandon Gilbeck, usually he hedges, but he's barely reaching like that. Contact with the face, can't let that one go. It's Jay Chen's turn to guard Jeremy. Lee Kayan, a turning fade, getting nothing but the glass. Gilbeck screening and screening again as Randall Walco on the turnaround. Yes! Stroking it from the left side, the Dreamers have opened up to a 6-point lead. Wendell Lewis had a little opening, but will keep the offense going. Jeremy wanted to take it. Gilbeck staying back. Down low to Manigault, swatted away by McCullough. 2.7 on the shot clock, but a good defensive rotation by the Dreamers. Substitution for the Kings. Sushi and Yang Jimin coming in. Get another look. It was a good find, but Chris McCullough too much down low. Jeremy freeing up himself, short. Walker with the rebound. Numbers for the Dreamers down low to McCullough through the contact on the other side and continue to build this Dreamers lead. Coach Ryan Marchand seen enough. Timeout Kings. Momentum's building for the home squad. We'll be back after this.
上了吧，等一下被导播老师 take 到的我梦家人，希望你们可以大力的秀出来，我无所惧。梦想家现在需要的就是你们，大方的、勇敢的秀出你们的应援题，一起帮梦想家加油！没错，就是这样子，可爱的妹妹，让我看到你们的 Dreamers。 哇，这个4个字我念不出来，但是你们很棒，让我看到你们的我无所惧。没错，就是这样，这样就对了。来，2位可爱的我梦家人，你们的 T-shirt 在哪里？
So with 7:05 in the third quarter, the Dreamers called a timeout with a score 65. Or 59 to 65 with the Kings ahead. But since then, only 10 points for the Kings, and on the Dreamer side, I gotta do my math here, 24 points. On the quarter, 7 for the Dreamers, 4 for the Kings, as Jeremy has not exactly remapped the lich. What did I mean to say? Relit the match. Yeesh. Since that hot third quarter start, had an open 3 on that last baseline out of bounds. only the one miss on the quarter, but the Kings only 1 for 8, and the Dreamers are doing a great job converting that into energy for themselves. So Kenny Chen is in to guard Jeremy. Yang Jiming end up on the floor, ball getting away, and a whistle and an unsportsmanlike. Definitely unlucky, but Jeremy Lin kind of crashing into Walko there in transition with nobody else behind. I'd have to bring out the association football tracker to see if any players were back. This is Yang Jiming losing it. Randall Walko hopping over Yang Jiming. And Jeremy Lin's crash. I would certainly applaud the effort, but there you see McCullough kind of jumping into frame. He was ahead of the play, so that kind of fulfills the criteria of kind of a clear path foul there for the offense. Randall Walko way too strong on his free throw. So after the first, Randall Walko swirling in the second. See, the argument has to be that Randall Walko would have had control of the basketball and would have had a man ahead on his team for the easy layup, but the Kings, they had nobody back. So they're gonna have to go through a little bit of a stretch with Jeremy on the bench. McCullough will rise and airball it. Chased down by Walko. Down low. Stop. No, a whistle comes. Hold on a minute. Let's see what's going on. I think with the time expiring, the Kings commit a foul there. See Su Sishuan jump in, and it is really close, touching the basketball, or if he went right to McCullough's wrist. Sushishin on the season. I'll go find that. Can get about 1.3 blocks per 36 minutes played. That is very good for local bigs in the league, even better than last year's most improved Zhengxiang Dreams, 0.7 per 36. In and out with that free throw. So the Dreamers lead right now at 9 points. As Joe attracting some defensive attention as they swing it the other way. And swing it back. UCLA cut by Joe as Manigal working inside, picked up the dribble, and ball getting away. They'll stay with the Kings, but only 0.5 on the clock. Desperation shot, Brandon Gilbeck in a perfect position to rebound. So after the unsportsmanlike, Dreamers only come away with 2 points as Manigal from behind started it loose. Dreamers are doing a little bit better job in the second half of keeping Kenny Manigal from finding those inside scores. And on defense, it's his job on Achi. Skip past to Doug, off the deck, fading away. No good. Just dancing off the rim. Manny ball, runner. Beautiful. Can't relax now if you're the Dreamers. Especially because Jeremy Lin is right now gathering some strength on the bench. Aji firing away. That's good. So Ling Junji, only his second three-pointer of the night as Joe tried to leave it behind. Walker with it. Dreamers a little bit slow to this break as Doug, he'll try from the right side, in and out. The Kings catch a little bit of a break, but any break you can take, it's the playoffs. A 10-point margin. There you go, jump pass. Lewis trying to go with the footwork, and no, a travel call. Looks like it'll be a little bit more practice for Wendell Lewis's move. There you see that right foot replaces itself before he steps through with the left. You see Randall Walker with a grimace on his face. He's out for Luke now. Foul on the outside and the fourth for the Kings. Look at Brandon Gilbeck's screen, and Lewis tried to hold off Achi with that right arm. Not exactly legal defense, so rightfully called as sensing the urgency. Jeremy Lin's back in. He's joined by Austin Day. Skip pass to Luke down. A hesitation. And no luck on that shot from so close. Jeremy finding a crease and laying it in. So keeping the Kings alive in the ball game. Aji, he'll go inside McCullough. Smart dribble and patient with it. Scoring from the inside as quickly nobody checking Kenny Manigault. A two-point counter just like that. Nice vertical from Aji, tipping it out of bounds. You know the Kings want to apply more pressure, force the issue, but kind of risk leaving some of those inside scores. Dreamers will size up a little bit. Zobolton in for Kenny Chen. Devin Marble spinning into space. A foul from behind, it seems. No, a travel call. Definitely thought about that. I saw Yang Jimin kind of come from behind, but kind of curious how Marble did get that space. Look for yourselves. Right, left. On the drive, Manigault kicks it. Yang Jimin from the right corner, yes! So we still have a ball game, and now it's the Dreamers issuing the timeout. They're up by 5, but a couple of they're playing the association motif. Must be a tight one. McCullough got around, but ball slips away. Joe with it. He's got numbers. Skipping it to Jeremy, putting it on the deck. And keep it alive. There's still plenty of time for the Kings. Silverton and McCullough coming over. Walco committing his marbles. Great contest. The Dreamers, good rotation there despite being disadvantaged. Marble working into his range. A tough two missed. Just over 3 minutes to play as Jeremy crosses over to the step back, looking for an outlet. Still 8 seconds left as Joe not shook off in front of Jay. A tough two on the way. No. Great defense in a few sequences by both teams. Jay Chen flashing in the middle, just off. Not had a score in a few possessions. Held by Jerry, and rightfully so. The Kings kind of playing that too unsportsmanlike. Looks like just a common foul to me. Let's take another look. Silverton did pretty good on that previous possession. There you see, well, definitely a foul. Now I think Coach Marchand just indicated he wants a review. The Kings have not challenged on the game. So even if this is unsuccessful, they won't be charged with their timeout, which would be the case with your second challenge after a successful first. There's the initial foul, and then Jerry's reaching there. So I would say if Silverton initially makes the foul, that secondary hold should not count. So in any case, both squads with 14 fouls on the quarter. Pulling the picture back, the Dreamers only 11 for 21 from the free throw line. And on the Kings side, 6 for 8 free throw shooting. So they've made every free throw since Lee Cayenne went 0 for 2. Here's a good angle too. See, there's the initial foul, and then Silverton continued. There'll be a Kings sideline out of bounds. Jeremy getting the screen from Day. As high hedge by Jerry means they rotate around. Yang Qingming from deep range leaves it short. On some cross matchups, Yang Qingming on Jay. McCullough with a Jeremy behind him. He fires away. It's Jay Chen and Austin Day. Good fight for the board. Manigault in some space. Keeping his balance, but not offering a good shot. Now we're under 2 minutes to play. McCullough with 2 defenders behind him. Going to the turning fadeaway, in and out. It's Joe's turn to create. Dreamers switch and switch back. Yang Qingming flipping it back to Manigault. He's got a crease, a whistle comes. So the Kings do create an advantage, but now they need to convert at the line. And you kind of feel like the Dreamers have kind of been looking for answers. You see Marble almost got a hand on it. And with this foul, Devin Marble would believe, 5 personal fouls. There's again the free throw shooting. Manigault good with the first. Kenny Manigault, last year All-Plus League second teamer, getting the bounce. Second only to Byron Mullins, who was the import of the year, but he was the big roster shakeup with just about a week and a half to go before the registration deadline. Achi going left and right, then left and right. Now Walker's turn. Devin Marble on the clean catch and shoot. No. And it to the neck, and Yang Jingming a strong board. Swarming defense by the Dreamers as Jeremy's trying to get it back. He's got the switch, and a foul comes. Dobleton definitely was struggling to stay in front. Not much to say about that foul. There you see Jeremy just catching his hands in the cookie jar and might have had his inner lip cut. Dreamers look like they got movement as Jeremy's first free throw climbing in. I think it hit the front of the front rim and still had enough to get over. Jeremy's got 24 on the night. And this one gets the bounce. And that's 25. He leads all scorers tonight. So a 1-point Dreamers lead under 40 seconds. Achi pulls Joseph out. Global turn screening as Achi slipping the pass. Still 5 seconds left, but not a shot taken as Marble noticing the clock, flinging up one in desperation, and that one's going to fall out of bounds. Still 21 seconds. The Kings have their pick. Dreamers have no fouls to give as offense for defense coming up. Kenny Chen is in. And now he's guarding Jeremy, kind of one of the best defenders on the night. Marble ghosting the help as Dreamers kind of weirdly zone up. Jeremy's ball on the deck, keeps it alive. 1 second left, the shot is up, no! An offensive possession that really wasn't going anywhere. And the Kings probably wanted to bleed out the clock entirely. Maybe you can call it a decent effort, but in the end, the Dreamers come away with a Game 1 victory. And as you might have heard, every single Game 1 winner has went on to win the 5-game series. But here in a best of 7, it's now up to the Kings to get an answer in Game 2. There you see the line score across the game. Dreamers held to 13 points in the 4th quarter, but that's how important that end of 3rd quarter run was for Devin Marble and the squad. Marble and Jonathan, general manager, having a conversation. There you see, once the ball got away, definitely thought it was a little bit bad news. As you see, Randall Walco in perfect position for the help. He's got to be thrilled about that effort, as are Dreamers fans and their staff and their players. You know, Jeremy, in the end, it actually was a pretty good offering with the right hand. There you see over the top of Walco's contest. And just to think, if Walco wasn't there, Jeremy might have won the game for his squad. So Devin Marble donning the headset.
Yeah.
Post-game interview.
I feel good. Been getting my rest, getting my treatment. just excited for the opportunity. I think we are as a team. We got one mission and we're trying to fulfill that goal.
Now asked about the rough finish to his regular season. Now asked about his
nothing.
approach to the playoffs.
I was coming back and I was trying to get my rhythm going into the playoffs. That was the big thing for me, is trying to get into a rhythm. Had a rough couple of games, but my teammates believe in me, my coaching staff believe in me. I believe in myself, so I wasn't too worried about it.
Now asked about the defensive effort, especially that last one against Jeremy.
I mean, it's tough. Like I said last time we played him, Jeremy Lin's really tough, really good offensive player, good, tough shot maker. So our job is just to try and make it as difficult as we can and hope that they don't go in.
And asked about the Dreamers fan support.
Oh, no, I just want to say thank you to all the Dreamers fans. They came out and supported today. Very loud atmosphere. I appreciate it, and hopefully we can get the same on Sunday. Thank you. No, thank you.
So thanks for Devin Marble joining our post-game coverage. Good job to Tai Jingjing. We're getting off 4 very good questions. So Devin Marble, actually the latest import to join the Dreamer squad. Initially, they had the foursome of Gil Beck, of Julian Boyd, Chris McCullough, and leaving the squad partway through, Georgi Bezanishvili, who left them on January 2nd. Devin Marble, they already had contact with. He was announced on December 26th. And again, he was somebody that Coach Jamie Proman spoke highly of. Ended up playing 17 games, averaging 18.6 points, 5.8 rebounds, 4.4 assists during the regular season, but none other than a crucial defensive stop by the Dreamer squad. They win Game 1. We'll be back with analysis after this.
我再次感谢热情的球迷朋友，今天来帮我们一起加油。礼拜天记得再次来到我们的球场，跟我们一起呐喊喽！好，也请大家往球场移动。哦，不要走到球场内，待会我们要来进行球场的整检，也麻烦大家配合一下，可以慢慢的往场外移动，谢谢。
I look better in person. Hey, look me in the eyes, I ain't nervous. I need my bitch like a servant. I got the codes and it's working. Better make sure that bitch worth it. Hey, tequila in my cup in a fine glass. Hop that ass out that E-class to a Maybach. I'm a don like Shawnee the Black Madonna. No.
So an early weekend party for the Dreamers fan, the 3,000 in attendance, getting to walk out happy. Well, to be fair, there's some Dreamers fans who showed up and made their voices heard on the road. There's the combined team statistics. Once again, we have points, field goal shooting, three-point shooting, rebounding, which the Kings out-rebounded the Dreamers by 10 of all numbers. They had more assists, committed a couple more turnovers, but the Dreamers held the Kings to a lower field goal percentage and made enough shots of their own. Notably, perhaps in the third quarter, none bigger than Devin Marble's 10 points after Jeremy Lin went on a run of his own. that put the Dreamers ahead going into the fourth quarter. So despite going down 17-13, if we just look at that last 12 minutes, they come away with a victory. So Coach Marchand wasn't lying. He kept a short rotation of just 8 players. The Dreamers had 10 in their rotation, and you could really tell from top to bottom they were really committed on the defensive end. Even Dobotan, I think, did an okay job out there, even utilizing 4 fouls. Did his best to stay in front of Jeremy when switched upon. You know they were hunting that, and they'll certainly be hunting that as the series goes along. Dreamers with the 1 victory on the series, as we will start looking ahead to the 2 playoff series marching on. So it was an exciting finish. Again, I was kind of wondering if the Kings would go some early offense, but they wanted to freeze out the clock, not leave the Dreamers with anything. Looking at it tomorrow, the Lioneers against the Pilots from Taoyuan Arena. That game tips off at 5 p.m., folks, so not the 7 p.m. as it will be on weeknights. Dreamers Kings on Sunday. So on behalf of Wang Xinkai and Tai Jingjing, I've been Ryan Chen. Thank you for watching this playoff broadcast of Plus League Basketball. We'll see you in the next one.